to spend a lot of resources on education.
So sorry, sir.
That's APC. And that is the reality of today. People have their money. They can't access them. People have old notes. They can't change them anymore. Nobody have an answer. Nobody knows what's going on. Politicians still continue to lie to them, right? Oshiomole that got stoned the other day was back, just a few days back, yeah? Lying to the people. Or, the same line. Buhari is doing everything well, but some people are doing this thing to rubbish his name. I'm so surprised that people actually listen to him for this long. I'll replay that. Listen to this. The former chairman of APC, a member of Tifnumbu's presidential campaign, a senatorial candidate of APC, in the same constituency he ruled, right? Listen to what he's told these people there. And these are guys that they will say anything right now. They will say anything just to sound like they care for you. They don't. There is nothing they can do. Emefiele that said that your money is now illegal. He didn't just say it. Bokwari that went with Tifnumbu to Imo State gave the order. But none of this coward could actually say it to his face. But they are about to, because Erufaya is already firing from all cylinders. Oshiomole, somewhere in Benin.
We have a message to reassure you that we as Nigerians, as it stands, we have challenges. Those challenges will not be fixed by foreigners. They will be fixed by Nigerians in Nigeria. And nobody who has not done it before, nobody will use Nigeria to learn work. You don't use your house to learn work. Even in lab, you don't subject a country to a laboratory test. The business of fixing Nigeria requires the man with knowledge, with competence, with a history of development and progress behind him. Today, the battle of Nigeria is about between the few who want to arrest the system and the majority who want a change of the system. And we believe the way Asiwaju fought against PDP in Lagos and defeated Obasanjo in the struggle to give expression to the principle of true federalism, with a man like Bola Tinubu as president, those cockroaches and mosquitoes that are hitting your blood, they will disappear. They will disappear. Number two, we cannot accept that our children in schools must do 6 years, 7 years instead of 4 years because government cannot pay teachers. We cannot accept that we now have annual festival of fuel scarcity. It is not a matter of God. Those behind it have to be liquidated so that Nigeria can prosper. We cannot accept that a central bank governor has become the most powerful man in Nigeria. Yes. That even the chairman of INEC has to go and beg him for money to do election. And he has to allocate. CBN has to allocate who elected him. When have we become such a small banana republic? I see people right now on the queue in ATM looking for 5,000. And they are going to wait. Am I not the one telling you? I see people go to POS and they are charging their 20%. Why? I say why? Why? That is why I believe Nigeria needs a ruthless leader who will deal ruthlessly with all those who are sucking our blood. Last week, I told the CBN governor, who is imposing hardship on Nigerians, that he who brings evil on his people shall have evil awaiting him. We will not go down on our knees to beg someone we did not elect to make our own money, your own money, your traders' money, mechanic money, organizers' money, market women's money. We are begging, and I saw a CBN official in Benin yesterday saying if you cannot get 10,000, at least you can get 5,000. May 5,000 be his portion. May 5,000 be his portion. We want a democracy in which public policy must be based on consultation. We cannot be ruled by decrees, not decreed by anybody in Nigeria. That era is gone and gone for good. And there are elements who are doing this to make people to be angry with APC. I was chairman of APC. I denounce this policy. I reject it. It is not our policy. We did not elect Emefiele. So the policies of Emefiele are his policy. The crime arising from it are on his head. Anybody who dies, the blood is on his head. Because we did not elect him, we did not vote for him. He is the one who was appointed. He has a duty to manage monetary policies, but not to use the bank to punish. My people, I want you to know what is going on. There are people who don't want people like us to work freely in Auchi. Because you will say, Shebi na APC. No, we did not elect Emefiele on APC platform. Our candidate has denounced the policy. We have denounced it. Did you watch Channel television 4 days ago? Yes. Did you hear what I said? Yes. I assure you, today the Supreme Court has directed Emefiele to stop the rascality. The Supreme Court has told Emefiele to stop the financial rascality, because what he wants to do is to create massive discontent that will lead to nationwide riots. And when there is riot, there will be no election. And that will be the beginning of another dictatorship. There are people who are talking of interim government. May they be governed by interim devil in their own family life. Nigeria will never return to dictatorship. So I want to thank you. My joy today is that going around now with you, even with the hunger in your stomach and the hardship you are experiencing, your spirit has not diminished. The spirit of Nigeria will not diminish. So I thank you for not allowing yourself to be provoked. Continue to be law-abiding. On February 25, you elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He will ensure that public policies are informed by public interest. He will ensure that decisions taken are based on popular participation. He will ensure that students who go for 4-year degree program will not spend more than 1 day longer than 4 years. He will ensure that nobody pays electricity bill for power he did not consume. He will dismember the discourse. Never again shall you use your money to buy transformer and NEPA will come and collect the bills. There are many things wrong, but we are not about to cry. We are not about to weep. We are not about to embark in lamentation. We are burdened by the challenges. They reinforce our determination to fix the country. I have children. I want them to be here. Hug me when I need them. Stay with me when I need them. And I visit them when I want to. I didn't born children to go and live in America, in UK, or Canada. So I am so happy. I can see young people here. Thank you for not giving up on your country. You listen to their music. Nigeria is our own. We will not run away from it. And we will fix it. Number 3. We also want to assure you the root cause of insecurity is unemployment. Tinubu has promised and he has shown how it can be done. You can see every day new industries are.
I know is annoying, is tiring when you can smell a coward from miles away. Somebody said in the comment section there, somebody said, Oshiomole, that is Oshiomole, seems to have finally lost his mind. Like, when did he become this? I was like, maybe you haven't been following, right? You haven't been following. It's been so horrible for a while. Or he's a coward. He is gaslighting Emefiele, inciting the people against their own president that they cannot mention. Buhari is their president. The Naira change is Buhari's idea. The scarcity of Naira is Buhari's idea. Everything you are witnessing in Nigeria today is Buhari's doing. But you see this bunch of cowards, thieves, who Buhari is keeping compromise on them, every one of them, rogues. They don't have the liver to mention his name that he has failed. But did you hear how he is repeating Emefiele's name again and again and again, then distancing Kalu from it, inciting the people that even if you want to cause riots, it's not Buhari, just the people around Buhari. They want to make sure there is no election. That is why they have created all these problems. When they see Buhari one-on-one, lily-livered criminals, they will start praising him. The man behind the Naira scarcity in Nigeria is Buhari. And these rogues should be able to say it. But do you know something? From the corridors of power in Abuja, they believe that Buhari's government will begin to receive never seen before media attack against it, even before he hands over. Once Tinubu is declared the winner of your election, the first set of people Tinubu will actually bite with the new power he is about to get will be the Buhari himself. Buhari hasn't left power. They are jumping 8 years of Buhari to go to 16 years that happened before these 8 years for everything that is wrong with Nigeria right now. Fuel scarcity, na PDP. Naira scarcity, Emefiele is working with the PDP. He's working with Labour and Obi and the rest of them. But they are singling this guy out because as mad as they are, as useless as they are, as morally bankrupt as they are, they don't bond them well to mention Buhari. Even when they are indirectly attacking his government, believing that using Emefiele as a cover. Cowards. Mention his name. He said, no going back.
So this change of currency, I think there will be people a lot of money. But time has been given from October to December, 3 months is enough, whatever money you have, to get it changed through a legal system. So I don't know why people are complaining about it.
So despite the complaint, there's no going back on the policy?
No, there's no going back. There's no going back. My aim is to make sure that Nigerians believe that we respect them as an administration. So Nigerians should vote for whoever they like from whichever party. Nobody will be allowed to mobilize resources and thugs to intimidate people in any constituency. That's what I want to go down into Nigerian history for as a leader.
You are the chairman of the Presidential Campaign Council of your party. Yes. What are the chances of your party winning the elections?
What are the chances of my party not winning the election? We are going to win this election. Tinubu, the presidential candidate, is a very well-known politician in the country. He was a 2 times governor in his state, Lagos. Resource-wise, the most resourceful state and the most visited state. So I think the party was lucky to get him accept, to be its candidate.
So how healthy is my president?
I'm very healthy. So this change of currency.
You see the Bokuwari, Mumadu Bokuwari playing chess, with Tifnumbu's emotion. What is no going back on the Naira policy? Tifnumbu believes that is targeted at him. Change of Naira. And you said no going back. What about the election? Which one is we will not allow anybody to mobilize state resources to rig election and the rest of that? They also believe that that's also an attempt to sabotage him from winning. And then which one is Nigerians should vote for anybody from any political party of their choice? Like, what do you mean? You are the chairman of the Tifnumbu's campaign council. Why would you say Nigerians should go and vote for any party of their choice instead of yours? Then, do you think your party candidates can win this election? I mean, do you think your party candidate have the possibility of winning the election? He said, what is the possibility that my party candidate cannot win the election? Which kind of emotional toying? They are toying with Tifnumbu like this. The man is screaming that all of this are being done in order to make you hate them. Then Bokuwari is saying, no, I am doing this because I want Nigerians to know that I respect them. If we say we want to do something, then we must do it. So there is no going back. So they can go ahead and choose whoever they want, whenever they want. Then he finished it with, Ashiwaju, our candidate, is well known all over Nigeria. So yeah, what do you mean by, what is the assurance that he won't win? So if you are Tifnumbu, after somebody said the policy that you believe that is kind of going to make Nigerians hate you, and it's already happening. If that person is, and that same person said, everybody should go and follow whoever they want, and nobody will be allowed to be harassed, intimidated by any talk. So no be chess be that. I don't know how to play chess, so but when people want to talk about something tricky like that, in the game of power, somebody like me that I have read this 48 Laws of Power, I am seeing the power play. So it's not against you, it's not for you. So you are on your own. That's practically what he's saying. You are on your own. So Shiomole is deviating, looking for who to blame. And he knows that he can't do it, except they do it through you. Abi, listen to the other part of what he said, where he was brainwashing his own, his own supporters, telling them about those who are behind their sufferings, not APC. See, they want you to hate us. See, I understand that you are hungry. Oh. I understand that you are struggling right now. But see, we need to win election in 10 days. Now, some people just want you to hate us this 1 month. They want you to hate us for 1 month. Even though you have been suffering, going through hell for the past 7 years. But listen, we know all of that. But you see, this particular month, we were supposed to make your life easier a bit so that you can forget those sufferings and give us a chance again. But some people want you to remember that we have made your life hell. Is that fear? They want you to hate us. They want you to reject us. Why? Please don't listen to them. Oh. Continue to suffer. The moment Ashiwaju comes in, it will ease your suffering. Okay? Do you trust me? Do you love me? Let's go back to Shiomole. Again, blaming other people for the ruins and destruction that APC, Egbekegbe, brought upon you. The one you are facing now, the one you are going to face tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. Oh. You know, tomorrow is 15th. Even if Supreme Court says the money is legal, the problem now is, who is going to take it from you? Will you take the money to Supreme Court to go and change the money? Or Supreme Court will now tell Bokwari, to what? To fire Emefiele. Oh, sorry, hang on. I have started reading from Tifnubu's camp that it is actually a very wrong thing to disobey court order. Money, Mugbe. So APC, you actually believe that disobeying court order is wrong. And Emefiele, Bokwari, they are disobeying court order. May I explain one thing to you? You see that Supreme Court case that they are using media to hype, media to make noise about, is as empty as nothing as a tissue paper. You know why? These criminals, they went to Supreme Court to go and ask Supreme Court to please help them tell Buhari so that Buhari can tell Emefiele to extend the date and continue to take your old money. That's exactly what they went to do, to ask Supreme Court to help them order Buhari to order Emefiele. But in the media, they are telling you they have taken Central Bank to Supreme Court. There is actually no case in Supreme Court that is Central Bank versus APC. Nothing like that. Federal government versus 3 state government. Federal government versus Kogi, Kaduna, Nasarawa, and Ondo. That's the court in Supreme Court. Oh. But in their media houses, they are dropping Emefiele's name here and there. Abi? Kosiwala. When you wake up tomorrow and the Supreme Court says Bokwari must obey and tell Emefiele to do this or that, Emefiele will not be part of the case. Emefiele is not part of the case. Central Bank is not part of the case. Do you get it now? They are playing you. All because they want to make sure that somehow, they go push. So that when election come, as confused as you are, you will still collect the old notes that is now illegal. And they go still buy your vote with them. Do you understand? It's not all about that they care. Not that they care. They don't care. Not because they don't have the new note, but it's not enough. So when they play it this way, they extended by 10 days, extended till the end of February. So in that confusion, they can move their money, the bag, everything to everywhere. And you, the mumus, your mama, your papa, where they sell their votes in the village, Abi, you better start calling them now. Ofo, twice Ofo is what they are going to do. Ofo meji, lomashei, twice Ofo. 2 Ofos will do you. The first Ofo is that since you have been engaging in, what do you call it? In giving up your own sovereignty to these rogues with a peanut, Abi, that you have to suffer for 4 years, 8 years, or many years in your life. This time around, they're actually going to be taking that sovereignty from you with worthless piece of paper that looks like money. Ofo meji, double ofo ni won pe. You don't understand. So if you wake up tomorrow, Supreme Court says your old Naira is legal, and some of you are now saying APC, Egbekegbe, Buhari must obey court order. Tinyin tinrun. I have been reminding you all this while. You just didn't want to pay attention. Ti ti kla, o ti ṣe kíni, o ti ta pau. Ayé yín ti blow, low, bow. Bí ìbọn, àbí bí banga kọ́. Bí bomb ni. Ti ti run. You know what will happen? In that state of confusion, now from there you go enter street. They are shouting revolution, revolution. You said that means you move out and kill them. Nah, waiting go motivate you enter street with this. You will enter street. We will fight for our rights. They will sing, you will dance. They will shoot you tear gas. You go get kerosene with your shirt. Wrap your face. Because now life and death so wrong by ye. You don't believe, Abi? Let's go back to that Edo. Ma drink small tea. Where Oshiomole was doing what he knows best, lying to the people just for the sake of it.
The Labour Congress has been banned during military dictatorship. If the military had the solution, we would not be here. So we have settled for democracy where whoever wants to govern must seek your mandate. That is why we are going round. There is no shortcut to power. There is no shortcut to power. The only weapon required for power is PVC. The only weapon required is PVC. So I ask you, no matter the provocation, don't lose faith. Don't lose faith. That is what they want. They want you to lose faith. Stand firm. You know this. Let me tell you if you don't know. Emefiele wanted to be president of Nigeria. He collected APC form. Then President Buhari asked him to resign if he want to contest. You cannot be governor of CBN and be contesting for presidency. He bought hundreds of vehicles. He paid 100 million. Now he lost the opportunity to contest. He now wants to destabilize the country using change of color as the tool to provoke public arrest. I ask you, you children, you mothers, as a housewife, if your husband say what you are wearing, he wants you to change it, he doesn't like it. Is it not his duty to give you another clothes to wear? Now your husband removes your own clothes. Darling, where is the new one? He say, go to POS. Now POS you marry. Was POS there when you got married? Now you tell your son, dress clean, remove your clothes. I don't like this clothes you are wearing. Your son has obedient son, the true born of his mother. He decided to remove his clothes. Mommy, wear the new one. You say, wait. 7 days time. What is it? I will remain naked for 7 days? No. You will remain naked for 7 days? No. I am warning them. It is easy to start. They say, Nyaga they sleep, trouble don't wake up. Trouble they sleep, Nyaga wake up. Nigeria doesn't need this distraction. I appeal to you, don't join any protest. Don't join any protest. This hardship should be the tool you need, not to say at home on the 25th, to take your PVC and elect a new president in the person of Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaba of the universe. And I also ask you to please elect me as your senator. We want to ensure, my brothers and sisters, when they are allocating money across the 36 states which they call budget, in the Senate when I stand, can they ignore my constituency? Can they ignore my local government? What is the headquarters of my local government? What is the headquarters? What did you say? Can I forget my local government? Can I forget the prayers of Otero of Auchi? Can I forget that in the first instance, in 2002, When everybody called me a rascal, he gave me a title, the Omokonabero of Hardship Kingdom. I ask you to trust me. We will use the power of legislature to legislate and appropriate in favor of the people of Hardship Kingdom.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian. It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
The former governor of Edo State, Oshiomode, he was in his element, see him talking and talking and talking and all of that. Nonsense, absolute bollock. But he knows his audience, of course. He put them in that situation. He put them in that situation. So he had to milk it, tap it, lie to them to their face, and they have to say, yeah, yeah, yes, yes. Because after the whole, they go give them something. Just pray it's not old notes that you'll find it difficult to spend as you are currently experiencing, right? Now, I am going to take it to another part of this chart where the report from Abuja is that Femi Foni Kayode, or For Food Kayode, got released yesterday by the Daura Secret Service for lying against the Nigerian military, as well as Atiku Abubakar, that they met and they were planning coup. That in fact the coup is going to be effected once they realize that Kolu is leading, like they did to Abiola. So they invited him. But when by the time he spent some hours with them and they told him to come back on bail, they said they released him on bail. So he's to return back to them tomorrow on Wednesday. So he gave a press release and it seems to be a different person. I don't know if you have seen this.
It's still on. So I've been asked to report back on Wednesday. And possibly I'll be going back there once a week. I think it's left to them, but they suggested to me until they now decide whether they feel the need to take the matter up and charge me to court, or whether they feel that I've done nothing wrong. But during the course of the discussion, I think it's fair for me to mention one or two things. I think it's very, very self-evident that some of the things that were said were regrettable. Why do I say so? When news comes out, like somebody's meeting with army officers, perhaps one should have not simply said it and believed it and accepted it, or even said, well, even if true. Perhaps another course could have been taken, which is perhaps to say, okay, let me ask the authorities privately. Let me try and find out before I say anything at all. And I think I would concede that point, that, look, you know, sometimes we have to be a little bit more circumspect, especially given the fact that they pointed out that the medium that issued that statement is virtually faceless. And, you know, so it's still on.
2 days, I mean, sorry, just few hours, few hours. Now, them, they cook fake news. You know how they do in APC? Let me tell you. In APC, they have a media team for Tifnumbu. This media team is populated by public rejects, okay? Never do wells. Bunch of failed lunatics, okay? But they are homed in APC. Let me give you some of the names. In their campaign, they have Festus Otobo Keyamo. Yeah? They have this For Food Kayode. Femi Foni Kayode is part of them. They have Ungalele Ungama. Abina Nangalele Ungama. That one is working for Bokuwari. They have that one there. They have Bayo Ononuga. They have that one there. They have the entire crew of TVC. They have them on board. But you won't see most of them except 1, 2, 3 of the ones you know. Now, then, underneath them, they now have other hired, jobless, unemployed and never really available, or should I say unemployable rogues that they have ruined their lives, young people. So they now give them money to open fake, faceless blogs. Okay? So, whenever Festus Otobokeyamo cook a lie, they will pass it to the fake blogs that they have opened. They are like nameless, faceless. I'm gonna. So, whenever these fake blogs publish the fake news, Festus Otobokeyamo, Bayo Nonuga, for Food Kayode, and some people within the presidency of Nigeria, they will now share those links from those fake sites. They will now share them to millions of their followers on social media. They know you are going to say it's a lie, it's fake news, it's a lie, but others will say, if Keyamo said it, it must be true or close to it. Or if Emefiele Kayode, maybe they don't really have that credibility per se. But there are people who actually listen to them. They feed them. So the moment they tweet them, the lies and fake news, others, their own job is to screenshot that. Others are just to wait a bit and see if Vanguard News is going to carry it. Then after Vanguard, let's say, is Punch going to carry it? So once they begin to see Sun, Punch, Sahara Reporters, and few others carrying the same headlines, they will now munch them, screenshot them. Ori WhatsApp, yeah. That's how they create and spread fake news. So if you now come out later and say, this is fake news, hey, Otobokeyamo, you shared fake news. It will now say, well, I didn't publish it. Somebody tagged me. I didn't know it's fake. So I just thought, well, I mean, let's move on. Let's move on from that. Do you understand what I just explained to you? That is how APC cook fake news. They don't share fake news for you to come and prove that it's fake or it's not. No. Like for them to prove to you that the news is real or allegation is real. No. Now you go they find out whether it's real or it's not real. When you come back to them, before you get back to them, they have cooked another one. So in the midst of that, they just keep rolling on until this weary for Food Kayode decided to misfire their own fake news that they carried. That this weary tweeted long epistle firing the army, telling them, don't try nonsense. If you think this is 1993, we will fight this democracy. People die for the but after this snuff, right? Kayode went on a Twitter rage because a fake news said Atiku met with military and they are discussing a coup. Now, you heard the way there where he said, after a few hours so, listen to him again.
Still on. So I've been asked to report back on Wednesday, and possibly I'll be going back there once a week. I think it's left to them, but they suggested to me until they now decide whether they feel the need to take the matter up and charge me to court, or whether they feel that I've done nothing wrong. But during the course of the discussion, I think it's fair for me to mention one or two things. I think it's very, very self-evident that some of the things that were said were regrettable. Why do I say so? When news comes out, like somebody's meeting with army officers, perhaps one should have not simply said it and believed it and accepted it, or even said, well, even if true. Perhaps another course could have been taken, which is perhaps to say, okay, let me ask the authorities privately. Let me try and find out before I say anything at all. And I think I would concede that point, that, look, sometimes we have to be a little bit more circumspect, especially given the fact that they pointed out, that the medium that issued that statement is virtually faceless. And, so.
That's somebody who is working for a presidential candidate of the ruling political party, whose president of the country is the chairman of that campaign. Guess what? He is meant to be very close to the asshole Rockaby. Tifnumbu is meant to be close to the asshole Rockaby. But you know something? This onibara ala tenuja ala jehora ala jebaras. These shameless, people that I actually share tribe with, Yoruba. These are the shameless ones that will kind of validate your belief that some Yorubas are actually shameless. I agree. They don't have any shame. Wherever the food is served, they will kill. But that's not all of us. So you should know that. So for Food Kayode doing his job, spreading fake news, dividing people, rhetorics like the Igbos this, the Fulanis that. In fact, you can tell through the whole facade that, if person normal, what are you doing with APC Egbekegbe in the first place? I'm asking you, what are you doing with APC Egbekegbe if you normal? Now you're going to be asking that, where do you want me to be? I'm not asking you to be anywhere. I'm just saying, like, even if you don't have anything to do with your life, if you don't care about your life, what are you doing with APC Egbekegbe? Okay. Anyway, let's go forward. The last time we heard that Peter, well, I did say to you that Peter Obi was in Lagos, where they said he is intimidating Kolu in his own city, something that others actually debunked. He did also go to see the Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land. I think I'm going to take you through that because the trip from Ladipo to Ikeja, from Ikeja, now today, right, to Enugu, from that Enugu straight to Anambra. Is Unewi not in Anambra, Onitsha? I don't know. I do mix them up, by the way, okay? But let's go back to that Lagos. What did we see yesterday and how did it go down? So, yeah, start with this. Like on replay, like on loop, just sing it on Obi Gangezo. Oh yeah, Ghana. Sorry, I've been singing nonsense, right? I believe it's nonsense I'm singing, but you get what I'm trying to do here, right? Let's go to where they are not singing. When he met with Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land, what did he tell him? A fraction of that, what he said. I want to share that with you. Then I'll take you straight to Enugu. Then from Enugu to Unewi in Anambra. I've been told. I was right. Onitsha is in Anambra. Unewi is in Anambra. I've been to Onitsha. Of course, well, I passed through Onitsha, just I've never been to Nnewi. And I believe that's Anambra too. Anyway, let's go back to that Lagos, Ikeja, where he met with Are Onoka Kakanfo, right?
You go see people from Afghanistan, everything. They are the ones who are driving taxis, house help, everything in Dubai and everything, and repatriating money to their people. We can export them. We will double our foreign remittances just by educating this people. And I'm going to see everybody. In the south here, it's the same thing. Ondo can feed itself, have shoreline, have all the minerals, have all the oil, have farmland where you can do what you want to do there. Lagos remains what it is today. Lagos has no improvement for years. Lagos will have been the transshipment of the world, where Nigeria is today, even to fly out. We go to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is on the edge. Nigeria is at the center. We can't go to an edge transit. We're at the center of Africa. Nigeria should have been the transition hub if we have governance. The way it is in Dubai, that's the way it is. Nigeria would have been the transition hub. Make this the financial center. It is a simple thing. We have today, we have issue with our foreign exchange because we are not exporting anything. Foreign exchange, the foreign exchange rate is a function of your reserve. Your reserve is a function of your exports. We're not doing anything. For a country this size, 200 million people living on 923,000 square kilometers of land. Our total exports, 2021, 18.9 trillion naira. At 650 per dollar is about under 30, just about 30 billion.
So are you quoting central bank rate or the normal outside rate?
No,
650.
650 because I combine the two of them. What I do is I combine central bank, combine what I can buy it. Because that's the official rate.
Okay.
The official rate is what is available outside. Okay. Because central bank rate, only people like you can get it. I can't get it. What people like me can buy it. So I combine the two of them and find an average to know because the other one is not available to be ordinary. So for me, it's the average. So if you use it, it's about $30 billion for a country of this size. Compared to your comparable states in the same year, I always use Vietnam. Vietnam is a country I know where they were 3 years ago. Vietnam is 100 million people. So it's half of Nigerian population. Living on 331,000 square kilometers. So they live on 1/3 of our land and half of our population. Their export is over $350 billion. We couldn't do 10% of what they did in the same year, including oil. They didn't export natural materials. They produced and exported manufactured goods. Vietnam did more in footwear, which you can call not the food. They didn't, food is not included. It's just the wear. They did more than that than we did in oil. Oil gave us about 15-point-something billion. They did 18 billion in footwear. And I have 60,000 shoemakers in Aba who are not doing anything. Who have 30 minutes access to the sea for export, which we can change. What am I trying to do? There's factor endowment everywhere in Nigeria. So what we want to do is to start Nigeria that works for everybody. Nigeria that will work for everybody. When I mean it work for everybody, sir, it will work for everybody. And people will be proud to say, we are Nigerians. How we're going to do it is to start what I'm trying to explain to you today. Secure, unite Nigeria, make it productive, stop people from stealing public money. Public money must be used for public good. If you have opportunity of serving, please serve the people and go home. This year's election, in 2 weeks' time, is to ensure that this election is not by tribe. No tribe is saving Nigeria. No ethnic group is saving Nigeria. It is bad for Yorubas. There's poverty in Yoruba land. It is bad for the Igbos. There's poverty in Igbo land. It is bad for the Hausas, for the Fulani, everywhere. No tribe is secure. The North, where the president and everybody is no more secure than here. So we don't want this election to be. We want it to be election for Nigeria. We don't want an election by religion. We've had that nonsense in the past. No religion buys bread cheaper. I've asked Muslims, if you see where we sell bread cheaper, show me, because then Christians will come and buy the bread and go back and continue their church. Or Christians, show me where you do bread cheaper. I had a friend who was a pastor in Kano. He told me he started free food. He was shocked that on Sundays, Muslims come during the time they serve food to fold them and eat the food. And they go back and continue their religion. But then he serve food, he noticed that when he's doing church, he has about 200, 300 people. One church ate to good food, they have over 1,000. Because everybody will come to eat the food. Because that's what it shows, that no tribe buys bread cheaper. Everybody's hungry. And there's no religion doesn't have hunger. There's nothing. Cannot. Nobody has ever lived by saying, I believe in God. I won't eat today. You die.
God has no religion.
It's the song. So you must. So we don't want it to be anybody's turn. It is turn of our children. It is turn of the youth, the women, to take back the country. No more what. This election is going to be by character we can trust. And that character begins by identifying yourself. My vice presidential candidate, Dati Baba Ahmed, is an alumnus of University of Maiduguri. Whether it was one day that he spent there or 2 days, he's an alumnus of the University of Maiduguri. He's an alumnus of the University of Westminster, where he did his PhD in economics. He's an entrepreneur. He has 2 functional universities. Everybody knows who he is. And it's life. So is our party chairman, national chairman, who would have come with me this morning and asked me, Julius Abure, is it? My name is Mr. Peter Obi. Everybody knows I'm an alumnus of the University of Nigeria, Lagos Business School, Said Business School, Oxford University, George Business School, Cambridge University, IMD in Switzerland, Kellogg Graduate School. I can go on and tell you, they're documented. If you go to Oxford now and say, Peter, they will show you my alumni number. If you press it and say, University, Cambridge, they will show it to you. It's clear. I've worked, I'm a businessman. I built a business. I built a business.
What's going on, Christian? What's going on, Christian?
Ghanaian dance be like, wow, what's going on, Christian? I told you the guy bragged differently. Yeah, he does. He bragged differently. I am this, I am that, and all of that. But he's also precise too. Now, you can criticize him. Like, you will hear what he had to say. And you can take him on that. It's beyond just saying he's lying. Because some of you are like, oh, he's lying, he's lying. He's just lying. You continue to lie to us. That's unintelligent. Do you know that? You can take him up on what he is saying, right? Counter him on that. Than somebody that is just actually like, God. Now, you listen to that now, Abi. Listen to this again. This was Kolu from the emo clip that you listened to earlier. Just listen to about 3 minutes and compare to what you listened to just about a few minutes just now, yeah? Let's try that.
We don't want that no more. And they want to come back. They want to come back on those lies. Will you vote there? Will you vote for liars? No. You vote for people who could not distinguish between regulation of civil service and separation and conflict of interest. The day their leader asked the question, what did you do to make money? He said he's a car dealer. Whereas in the civil service regulation, you can only do agriculture. And then you search no car dealership. Line number 1. Final confession.
I know it can be depressing. All right? I just want you to compare that. Somebody said, what is going on in the Temple of Truth? It's like the Temple of Truth is deviating from Biafra, Yoruba nation, to Obi for president. You see, there is something that some of you kind of love to bring up. Like I have explained many times. This is not Yoruba nation, Oduduwa nation, what do you call it, diary. Do you understand that? This is not Biafra or IPOB diary. You should know that. This is Mayegun's diary politics. It is more or less like letting you know how much politics contribute to everything that is wrong with Nigeria today, including the potential breakup of Nigeria. Hello? I am not a weatherman. Okay? This is Mayegun's diary politico for over 10 years now. A lot of you became disciples and then the campaigners of Yoruba Nation Biafra just about a year or two ago. I don't change like that. I'm not a weather person. Do you understand? The injustice that the Nigerian system is meting at those who are standing up for their own legitimate right to self-determination is what? It's a universal right that Nigeria has been doing so well to criminalize. The injustice they are meting at you, which ended up being meted at my own people too, is probably what attracted you to this platform. This is not Yoruba Nation diary. This is not Biafra diary. This is Mayegun's diary politico. Please. And I speak a lot about how much, like I said, their politics and the rest is also what? Pushing the rest of us to wherever we are right now. And that will never then automatically turn me to somebody who is going to be like, I'm going to give you